I think you are notified now. Okay, then let's start with the information session. Maybe first a few words about myself. I'm Victoria. I'm a PhD student at the University of Mannheim, and I also work part of my time for ENGAGE.EU and for the Joint Certificate Program in Digital Transformation. And today, here are some colleagues, Katrin and Selina. We are together the task team of the University of Mannheim. Maybe you can say a few words about yourselves and then we start with the info session.
Okay, hi everyone, my name is Catherine. I work in the international office of the University of Mannheim, and for the past 18 months, Victoria and I have been working on this program, and just about a year ago, Selina joined us as well, and we've successfully completed the first cohort. You will hear more about that later, and now we're looking forward to informing you about the second opportunity to take part in this exciting program, and we look forward to the next hour or so. Now pass on to Selina.
Hi, my name is Selina, and I work at the Teaching and Learning Center of the University of Mannheim. And as Catherine just said, I joined the team in January this year. And so I made the first cohort, and I'm very excited to see it from the very beginning with the second cohort right now.
Perfect, thank you. And we also have two students here today, Una and Yakai. I think you can introduce yourself in a few slides when you share your experiences, but also a warm welcome to you. But let's start with the information session. So first of all, I wanted to start with a short recap what ENGAGE actually is. So it is a consortium of 9 leading European universities in business, economics, and social sciences, which aims to provide students a set of skills and competences needed to tackle major societal challenges. And here on the slide, you can see all or almost all ENGAGE offers to students. So apart from our joint program, there are also online exchange initiatives, summer schools, expeditions, modules, and signature courses. But today, we want to talk about the joint program. And this year, the joint program, it's offered by almost all participating universities or by all ENGAGE partner universities. Unfortunately, Helsinki, they just joined the alliance. So students from Helsinki are not able to take part in this program this year, but from next year on, we will also offer this program to students from there. But before we start with more information, we would actually like to get to know you a little bit better. So we prepared 2 short questions on Menti. So it would be great if you went to menti.com and entered this code here on the slide, or you can also just scan the QR code, and then you should be able to see the questions. So I'm gonna switch the screen to Menti. You now see my Menti, and the link seems to work because we already have some answers. So let's just wait a little bit until more students found the Menti. Yeah, so we wanted to know your home university to see who we are reaching today, where our marketing actually worked and where we need to put more effort in. But yeah, there are some students from the University of Mannheim, but also Vienna. Unfortunately, not any student from Sofia yet, but I think their semester starts late, so that's okay. Cool. It's quite a good mix. Okay, let's maybe wait until we reach at least 60.
And it's great to see that so many interested students from Ramon Llull are here today, because that's our second new partner that decided to join us on the joint program already for this year. And I think we also have a colleague from Ramon Llull who's here this afternoon. Well, very welcome, Emma. Thank you for joining us. So that's great.
Great. And then
Thank
maybe let's go to our second question. We also want to know what you're studying. So if you have a business background, a law background, maybe you study philosophy, psychology. So please go to the second question, and then we will see a nice word cloud. So many students with a business background, but it's cool that we see some diversity as well. Some data science, cool. Okay, so business economics and international management, which is also related to business. Yeah, that's the majority. Finance and analytics, cool. Okay, great. We see a lot of diversity, which is exactly what we're looking for. So I think you can still keep answering. We will look at the results later again. But now let's go back to our slides and talk about the joint program a little bit more. So what is the joint program in digital transformation? It is designed for students on master's level, and we will bring together almost all ENGAGE partners. So we are also looking for master students, and the program is an additional add-on qualification on top of your master's, meaning it's kind of an honors program. You do your normal master's, and on top of that, you will do the joint program courses. And of course, because it's called a joint program in digital transformation, the courses that we are covering in that program, they cover topics where digitalization has an impact. And maybe regarding who we are looking for, as I mentioned, the program is on a master's level. So we are looking for master students in their first or third semester. That depends a little bit on your specific program, because in Mannheim, we have a 2 years master, so you can apply in your first or third semester, but some partners, they only offer a 1 year master. So then you would probably now be in your first semester and then in the second semester once the program starts. And students from all schools can apply. So that's basically just what we saw in the Menti slide before. So you don't have to have a business background, for example, but we are looking for students with diverse backgrounds. So students from law, from psychology, social science, they all can apply. And we saw that in our first cohort last year, that actually this diversity adds a lot of value, and you will not only be able to see many cultures, but also meet students with many backgrounds. And this is actually a very enriching experience. And yeah, of course, you should be interested in completing your master's with a digital transformation expertise, because all topics covered in that program will be related to digital transformation, obviously. And yeah, you should be willing to take part in 3 online block courses, and you should also be willing to spend a week in Mannheim next summer. So you will only be awarded the certificate once you have completed the 3 courses, as well as the summer seminar that is taking place at the University of Mannheim in person. And with that, I hand over to Selina. She will tell you a little bit more about our courses.
Yeah, right. Let's get into detail. So the joint program offers 7 virtual courses, which are held via Zoom in the upcoming spring semester. And you can choose 3 out of them. And we highly recommend that you choose topics that aren't already covered in your home degree, so that you can dive into some new fields. And yeah, most of our partner universities offer 1 course, each with a different topic and on a different date, so that there are no overlappings. And the courses are organized in a block format, which means that we have 2 Fridays and 2 Saturdays for each course. where there will be teaching times. And the courses are supplemented by readings and group works and presentations, as well as an examination at the end of each course. Details about the times and the examination forms can be found in the syllabi, which we uploaded now on the website, where you also registered for this info session today. Yes, you can go to the next slide, thanks. As Victoria just said, the very cool thing about the joint program is that it culminates in an in-person summer seminar next July, where we will all meet in person in Mannheim. So you will get the chance to travel to Germany. So this gives you as participants, on the one hand, the opportunity to meet your fellow students you collaborated only virtually so far with. And on the other hand, you will also get the chance to network across our European universities. And of course, you will gain valuable experiences by a one-week stay abroad. Yeah, on this slide, you can see a rough timeline of the summer seminar. You should arrive on Sunday, 30th June, in order to make it to our opening event on Monday, 1st July, where we will have some keynote speeches and where we will also assign you to groups, which we will try to design very interdisciplinary. And yeah, we will also assign a case study to each group, which will be provided by our company partners, which you will also get a chance to visit during your stay in Germany. Yeah, and the aim of all this is to combine your achieved knowledge from the block courses to elaborate a solution for this case study. So at the finale on Friday, you will present the solutions to the case, to the partner companies on site, and you will also get some feedback. And at the end of all this, you will be awarded by the certificate for the joint program. Yeah, but this is just one part of a diverse program for the week. So there will be also nice social events where we get to know each other on a different level and have some fun, of course. Yeah. So now here you can see our company partners. Most of them, if not all of them, are from the Rhine-Neckar region and are very well known even across the world. So if you look at SAP or Heidelberg Materials, those are companies which cooperate all over the world. Yeah, and here are some photos to give you impressions from this year's summer seminar. We visited the castle in Schwetzingen, where we went to a real Brauhaus. So the Brauhauses you find in Munich as well, for example. And on another day, we also took a tour through a local brewery called Eichbaum and also tasted locally brewed beer. Yeah. And but enough from our side for this moment, I think. We have a short testimonial video for you with impressions from our alumni. And yeah, I think, Victoria, you can start it right now.
I think there's no sound. I'm not sure what to do in Zoom to activate it, but you need to activate it at some point.
Presentation and share it again with sound.
Okay, stop share.
The button saying share it with sound.
And then
Thank you.
here, advanced settings. Who can share?
It's when you click on Bildschirm freigeben on the bottom left, Ton freigeben.
Share sound. Okay. Sorry. Please let me know if you can hear it now.
was very interesting to get together so many students from so many different universities and from also different backgrounds, and to collaborate on cases together, to learn together in the classroom, and now finally meet in person.
The topic of the program itself was very relevant for today's time, and also it was just a great opportunity to meet students from all over the world and with very different experiences.
Actually, it was really interesting. So you were already familiar with the faces from the online courses. You've already worked on different projects and cases, and coming now here to Mannheim, meeting everyone face to face was really cool, and we highly enjoyed it.
Now my favorite course was platform strategies, because I think digital platforms are now a really trendy technology, but often the scientific part and the corporate part behind it, what makes it work, gets neglected with all the hype behind it.
I think that's the main value of the program actually, because this is something that we can really practice in groups, and we can finally understand what real-world enterprises are actually doing, and it's just a great feeling to at least make an attempt to contribute to their work.
Okay, and then maybe let's go to the next slide. And here we want to let other students speak that participated in the program last year. Maybe Una and Yakai, you can start introducing yourself and share your experiences, and maybe answer some questions if we have to.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, that works perfect.
Great. So hi, everybody. My name is Una. I'm somewhere there in the background of this picture. I am from WU Vienna, and as you know, I participated to the joint program in digital transformation this summer. So let me introduce myself briefly. I'm a student at WU Vienna. I'm doing my master's in quantitative finance, but however, when I participated in the joint program, I was still a bachelor student. So I was very lucky to get in. And I took three courses actually. I took the first one with NHH, named Leading in the Digital Age. The second one, Digital Strategy, with Mannheim University. And the third one, Digital Ethics, with my home university, WU Vienna. And if you can, unfortunately, my schedule didn't allow me to, but if you can take a fourth lecture during your semester, I would really encourage you to do it, because to me, the program was very, very insightful. So the first thing is I wanted to talk about is why the joint program in digital transformation. Well, I think that this subject, the subject of digital transformation, is important for everybody. It doesn't matter in which field you're working or you're studying. I really consider that the digital transformation impacts all fields of work, research, and academia. And I'm in quantitative finance, so obviously it is impacting the working field in quantitative finance. But for me, it was very important to gain knowledge from people who are researching on digital transformation. And that is also one of my most valuable experiences that I had, is to be able to exchange with students who are studying digital transformation, and to be able to exchange with researchers and lecturers from all over Europe who have much more knowledge on digital transformation. It was important to me to get the business part, let's say, with Leading in Digital Age and the strategies in digital age. So these two courses were important to me to get the business side, but also I think that digital ethics is a very, very important course, and just to discuss this kind of philosophical subjects about the digital era is very important as well. What I really appreciated even more was the fact that we were able to work in very diverse teams. We operated in small groups of approximately 5 or 6 people, and we had a student from each university in my groups at least. And I do have 3 nationalities myself, and I lived in 4 countries, so I really appreciated the opportunity to exchange in these diverse environments. That created a lot of value for me. And I also appreciated Mannheim. So I have to be a bit honest on this point. Mannheim was not on my bucket list for the traveling, but I was very surprised by the city and the summer seminar. And probably people from the past summer who went to Mannheim with me know it, but I fell in love with the art in Mannheim. And there are many art spots in the city as well. I even wrote a big book on modern art. I don't know if you can see it, that I bought in Kunsthalle in Mannheim. So I would love to create even a small booklet for you next summer to know these kind of hidden art spots to absolutely visit in Mannheim. Yeah, and also the fact I worked on a public administration for the city of Heidelberg. For me, that was a very new experience, let's say, because I never worked within public administration. So I learned a lot in these 7 days. I went out of the program with so much more knowledge than I had when I started the program. So yeah, that will be all from my side. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, I will be here until the end of the call.
Thank you so much. We do have Yakai here, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Selena. And
Great.
very nice to meet you again, Victoria, Catherine, and Una. So hello, everyone. My name is Kai, and I study finance at the University of Mannheim, and I joined the ENGAGE.EU program this year. Well, like Una already introduced a very amazing speech and introduced why it's important to study or like engage in the digital transformation at these years, especially recently. So for me, I took the 3 impactful courses: the Leading in the Digital Age at NHH, and Platform Strategy at Heidelberg University, and the Digital Strategy at my home university in Mannheim. Personally, the Digital Strategy course truly stood out to me. It sounds a little bit marketing, but the digital strategy from Uni Mannheim is to me it's seamlessly blended the theoretical teaching and practical application, allowing the students us to work on real world case. We work on the Engel Hall, the shopping mall in Mannheim, their real digital transformation case, and is working like as a digital transformation consultant. It's a very practical experience to me. And moreover, the summer seminar, as Una already said, it's a very invaluable experiences. And not only we had the chance to meet our peers in the person, but we also formed like new connection with professionals from SAP during our visiting to the SAP. And thanks Victoria, Catherine, and Selena again for the very amazing organization for all the summer seminars visiting at SAP. And also we had the opportunity to visit and engage with a partner company who provided us the real case they were also working on. My partner, we went to the Heidelberg Materials, which is also a public company, work like in the whole world, like cooperate in the whole world. And the experience is also enabled me to apply the knowledge I gained from the previous seminar directly into the real world cases, real world scenarios. And so in general, I hope you will enjoy the program, this amazing program as me, and I will also stay here until the end of the session. So feel free to ask any questions. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Now that you've both said that you will be here until the end of the presentation, maybe we can continue with the slides, because some questions that the other participants might have might clear themselves up through the slides. But feel free to already post some questions to Yakai and Una in the chat, and then we can pick them up at the end, and any other questions that you might have as well, of course. So the program course load, we already talked about that there's a virtual program side to the program, and then the physical in-person meeting at Mannheim. So during the next spring semester, from the end of January to the end of May, there will be 7 courses offered, out of which you can pick 3. Unfortunately, you can't pick a 4th. That's something that we dropped after the first pilot year. So it's only 3 courses that you can take, because that's quite a sizable workload. It's very doable, as those 2 students here can vouch for. But I think 3 would be probably quite a good size. So each block course is 6 ECTS. No matter which of the 7 courses you pick, they're all 6 ECTS. And as Selina already said, they combine the lectures on a Friday and Saturday for 2 weekends, plus some group work and some self-study, and of course an exam at the end. And the exam might be a standardized exam, or it might be a thesis or a presentation that differs from course to course, and you can find the detailed information in the syllabi on the website now. The summer seminar will also award 6 ECTS, but the summer seminar will not be graded. So whereas the virtual block courses will receive a grade, and the grade according to the local grading scale. So a grade in the Netherlands will be up to, I think, 8 or 10 points. In Mannheim, the best one would be 1.0, and so forth. So the courses awarded will be in accordance to the local grading scale, and then you can take those transcripts back home and ideally get some of those ECTS recognized into your local degree. If that's possible, and how that's possible, you would have to discuss with your home university, because it really depends on the degree course that you're taking, the courses that you've already taken, maybe during the first semester of your master's, for example, and how a course from our seminar, our program would be able to complement or replace some of your courses. From our experience from the first year, some students were able to get 1 course accredited, so transfer 6 ECTS into their own degree. I think maybe 1 or 2 got even 2 courses recognized, and some said, "Oh, I'm doing this, just for the additional value and the interesting content. I'm not doing it to get ECTS into my own degree." So that really depends on what you would like, and also what your home university allows, because that's always the remit of your school, what they can transfer and what they can't. So basically 6 ECTS per course. The virtual block courses are graded. The summer seminar is not. You might still be able to get it transferred into your degree if you have some elements that are not graded, but that's the main difference. And the next slide. And now we come to the application. So today we publicized the application form on the website, as well as the syllabi and all the dates for the various courses. And you can now start applying. The deadline is only on 30th of October, so you've got a little bit more than a month to complete them. You might not want to leave it to the very last minute, because if you have some technical issues, then it will be tricky to get them solved, because at 1 p.m. CET on the 30th of October, we will close the application form. And the application should contain, first of all, a presentation file. And in this presentation file, you should explain what you see as the central challenges facing digital transformation today. So rather than a motivational letter, which would be the classical way for applying for maybe a stay abroad, we decided that we want you to talk about the content. So talk about what is digital transformation for you, what are the challenges that society is facing, and what are you planning to learn from the experience in a content sort of way, maybe not so much personally. The presentation can be 10 slides long. It should be in PDF format, and all the details will be on or are on the website, so you can see them there. The second element is the CV, just a standard CV detailing your experience inside and outside of university. So if you have any social engagements that you look after, any, I don't know, you're sort of politically active, or you're socially active, or look after refugees or whatever things you might be doing. Also, if you have to work to sustain yourself, that can go on the CV as well if you want, but that's really up to you. So it can be longer, it can be shorter, but bear in mind that we all have to read them. The selection committee has to read all of the documents, so don't maybe make it too long. And the third element would be the academic record. So that should be a recent transcript from your home university that you upload on the website as well. And it should all be in English. So that goes for the presentation file, the CV, and the academic record. And the fourth element is that you should choose your courses. As you saw on an earlier slide, there are 7 different topics with 7 different dates. So you should decide which topics interest you most, look at the syllabi and see, which exam formats are to your liking and things like that. But very importantly, look at the dates. So you need to be available for all of those dates that are listed for the various courses. If what happened this year, for example, somebody said, oh, I have to have a resit during one of the courses, I can't be there for an hour and a half, that obviously is fine. But apart from that, you should be available and not plan any private weekend activities for those dates, because it's sort of always starting on a Friday lunchtime until the evening and the whole Saturday. So it shouldn't collide too much with your home university classes, because traditionally on a Friday afternoon, not so much is happening during the semester regarding classes. And you should make sure that you choose wisely, sort of contents-wise and availability-wise. And it says here you should choose 4 courses. The reason for that is that we will only allocate you 3, but we need to have 1 spare. So the 4 courses should be listed in order of priority. So the first course is the one that you want the most, the second one, the second, and so forth. And then after the 3 that you really want, you choose 1 replacement course in case we have a situation where one course is really overbooked and another one isn't. Then we will try and play around a bit and maybe replace your third choice with your replacement course, for example. Interestingly, this year, in the first cohort, that wasn't necessary at all. Everybody got their first 3 choices. So that was really good. Okay. And then just for the program timeline, to recap maybe. So today we have the virtual information session on the program. Then the 30th of October, 1 p.m. is the deadline for submission. We then have selection committees looking at all the applications, making the selection, and we will inform you about the outcome on the 21st of November. And then we will sort of start putting you together into getting to know each other a bit. But the real kickoff will be on 25th of January, where we'll have a quick kickoff event with all participants. Also, some of the lecturers will be there and some of the admin colleagues, so that you can get to know each other. And we will have some team building exercises, setting the framework, telling you all about the infrastructure and things like that. And then after the 25th of January, the block courses start. So depending on the 3 courses that you choose, you will take maybe 1 in February, 1 in April, and 1 in May, or other students might take 2 in February because they go straight after each other, and then another 1 in May, for example. So that really depends on the individual choices and the individual combinations. And then to culminate, we will all meet, as Selina already said, in Mannheim on the 30th of June to start our summer seminar on the 1st of July, from Monday to Friday, where we will all put the theoretical practice or the knowledge that you gained over the spring semester into practice with real-life case studies. And then on the 5th of July, we'll have the final presentations where all the companies will be present. For the summer seminar, all students but the Mannheim ones will have to travel to Mannheim. That obviously incurs some cost, and you will have some accommodation costs and things like that as well. So what you should really do is to ask your home institution for Erasmus scholarships or any other scholarships that they have available for you within ENGAGE. This year, I think all of the students were funded that came to Mannheim. Obviously, the funding, might be more generous or less generous, also depending on the Erasmus regulations of your home country, respectively. But I think we have secured a good value accommodation where we pre-book some rooms for you that you can take. You don't have to. And I think most of the students could manage with the scholarship that they received to fund themselves for that week. And I see Una nodding there, so that's great. Okay, but maybe just one more word on the scholarship. The scholarships are all administered by the home university. So just like the question on recognition of credits into your home degree, the question regarding funding is also one for your home university. Unfortunately, that's sort of not dealt with centrally for us as a program lead, but regionally by each home university. And exactly. So regarding any questions, we can sort of go into a Q&A in a minute, but just to sort of make that clear regarding the application process, any other organizational matters once you're selected and we talk about, meeting in Mannheim, things like that, all those questions can be dealt with by the three of us, so Victoria, Selina, or myself. If you have any questions regarding the academic fit of the program or the recognition of credits, then you would have to ask your school locally. And on the next slide, I think we have all the other colleagues from our partner universities listed. So if you have a question regarding Erasmus funding or regarding the academic fit, then you should contact those colleagues that are listed on here. Or you could always ask your international office and they will direct you to the right person if you can't remember the names after this slide. Although we will publicize both the video and the slides on our website after this call. So, by the end of the week, I think we've got it there. Right. So that's all of the information we have for you for now. But now let's open the stage and see if you have any questions. And I think there were some more in the chat as well.
Okay, maybe one question from the chat is that if you are just in your first years of master, then you should upload your transcript of your bachelor studies, and that is correct, yes. Do I need a particular level of English? No, we don't ask for a specific level in English or a specific English proof, but all courses as well as the summer seminar are taught in English. So yeah, it would be great if you could follow the courses.
Yeah, and generally speaking, a level of B2, according to the European Framework for Reference of Languages, that would be useful because you will also have to write a thesis or sit an exam in English. And to be able to get a good grade, a level of B2 would be recommended, but we will not check it. We trust you.
What kind of engagement would we have with partner companies? This year we introduced the partner companies in the summer seminar, but then the students worked very closely with them. And also in the digital ethics course, for example, the lecturer actually already worked with SAP, so there was a greater engagement. This year we plan to have more courses working with the companies, but of course this is up to the lecturers, so we can promise that the companies will already participate in the courses, but we are hoping for that. And we also had a career fair or during the summer seminar, so you could actually talk to all companies and not only to your partner company, and see if they have any trainees or cool job openings. So I think the engagement level is rather high. Maybe Una and Yakai, you can say if that is also your opinion.
Sure, I mean, I can jump in for this one. As I mentioned, we worked for the city of Heidelberg, my group and I, and we had several meetings in person We also had some email exchanges with the administration. And yeah, actually, we did develop a quite close relationship. Even after the program, we still emailed them to touch up some points because we wanted to really give a good outcome from the project to the administration of the city. So yeah, we did have a really quite close relationship, and I think this is also very important from the aspect of networking. So I would really recommend the students to enhance this opportunity to meet the people from even the companies, or even when we visited SAP, just ask people around, why is this like that, etc. Add them on LinkedIn, things like that. So yeah, but quite close relationship.
Okay, and then there was a question on how many applicants will be selected. And right now we are planning to admit 6 students per university. And maybe if one student has less applications, then we will see if other schools can allow more applicants, but probably 6 per university.
Yeah, and the reason for that is on the one hand that when you all come together in the summer at all in one place, then we have to have a manageable number of students, and also it's really a very particular program that's not necessarily for everyone, and it should keep some exclusivity, and that's why we decided on 6 per university. But we would encourage, everyone who's interested in the program to apply, because you never know how many applicants there will be. So yeah, we would strongly encourage everyone who's interested to take the chance, put together a short presentation on the challenges, and then to send their application in. And how many places in the program this year? So in the first year we had I think 7 students per university, but one university sent in less, and also there were only 7 partners. So now that we're more partners, we had to reduce it from 7 to 6. Maybe I can also answer the next question regarding the MMM students. So for everybody else, that's the Mannheim Master in Management degree course. Yes, I know of students who have been able to get courses accredited to their degree. Certainly 1, and some even 2. But it always depends on which courses you choose, and also which courses you've already taken and what your specialism is within the degree course. So it's never, you can never generalize from the experience from the past. You always have to check your particular situation with the colleagues who look after this. And if you email me, I can direct you to the person who would be the right contact for you to get that checked out even before you apply. Oh, and Yakai also answered. Perfect.
Yeah, maybe there's a question to the students as well. Was it manageable for you to do these extra hours on top of your studies? So maybe Una and Yakai, was it manageable for you to do that extra workload?
Was manageable. I'm a working student, and I was finishing my bachelor studies when I had all the online courses and lectures taking place. So I was, let's say, quite busy here, even in Vienna. But the first advantage for me is the fact that the lectures took place on Fridays and during weekends. So this is a very important point, because I could balance out my weekends while following the lectures. And also what was very interesting is sometimes if I had family over, we would follow the lecture all together here at home. So yeah, actually it was manageable. And just be sure to, my biggest advice, is to be sure to participate actively, really listen, try to give your input. It will force you to, memorize more, not having to prepare. I don't know, we had some essays to write for the lectures at the end of the lectures, individual essays. So be sure to participate actively during the online lectures, because then you don't have to prepare that much for the essays, or you don't have to take too much of your free time to write the essays. Yeah, and I guess that everybody here obviously is interested in the subject, so even read some articles in the newspapers, listen to some documentaries or something like that even before in your free time. That will help a lot as well.
Could I ask, were you writing your bachelor thesis during this program at VU?
Well, not precisely during the program. I finished it during summer. I started writing it during the program, but it was at VU. I finished the Bachelor's of Business and Economics, the BB program, and yeah, I wrote my thesis just after that, but I started writing it during the joint program.
Okay, thanks.
Maybe just to explain, last year we allowed sort of very advanced bachelor students to apply to the program. This year it's strictly limited to master students. So, but that's why Una was lucky enough to be allowed to apply while she was still officially a bachelor student.
And then there is a question if lectures on a Friday, for example, will be recorded. That depends on the specific course. Some lecturers, they recorded their lessons, others they did not. So that really depends on the lecturer. But if you are unavailable for like 1 or 2 hours, you can go to the lecturer and ask if this is okay for him, and if you should do any other work instead, or if it's fine if you miss part of the lecture. So this is like a really individual case, but if you already know that you cannot participate on a specific Friday, then maybe another course would be better to choose.
Yeah, and regarding attendance during the summer seminar, you really have to be there from Monday to Friday. Well, from Sunday to Friday at 5 p.m. So if you have an internship in July, you would have to ask your internship company if you could have that week off. Really, that would be necessary. Because otherwise, if you're not there for some of the group work, for working on the case study, then that will be a problem.
But I remember last year we wrote some students a letter explaining to the internship company that the participation is mandatory, and it was like with an official stamp of our university. So if you need something like that to get the days off, we are happy to provide you with such a letter, for example.
Yeah, and regarding the questions, the question with the hours per day for the lectures, most of the lectures take place Fridays, I think lunchtime until the evening, 6 p.m. And Saturday starts in the morning, and I think it ends at like 4 p.m. if I'm not wrong. Most of them, but you can check that in the syllabi on the website. I posted the link on one of the questions if you scroll up the chat.
Maybe just to come back on the PowerPoint slides that we request as your presentation file. So basically, reading from the website now, it should be a presentation file explaining what you see as the central challenges in digital transformation facing society today. So really, it should be focusing on those challenges within the remit of digitalization, more than your personal background or things like that. So we assume by you applying that you are interested in it. Maybe you also have some experiences already that you can use to explain why this is a central challenge for you. So, you know, there might be some clever way to say, I've already done an internship in with a specialism in digitalization, and that's why I see this as a central challenge. So yes, you can include your personal experience and your personal background, but it should focus on the challenges, if that makes sense. In a way, we don't want to be too precise, because then we would limit your freedom and your creativity and things like that. What it shouldn't be is a PowerPoint with a personal motivational statement, if you like. So it should focus on the challenges in digital transformation. But it should, also include, if you have some knowledge that you can put across, then that obviously can be included. Maybe Sophia Kranz can let me know if I answered her question sufficiently.
Yes, thank you.
So,
you can.
Yeah, also the question from Leah. So the presentation can contain like one challenge or maybe more. If you see more challenges, just go ahead, write whatever you think. We don't want to limit your creativity, as Catherine just said, because we are also curious what you see as the central challenges, of course.
And we are not only looking on what challenge you named, but also on why you think that is. So the argumentation is also very important to us.
And the way you present it obviously also tells us, or tells the selection committee, a bit about your skills in using this format to put your point across. I think I'll pass on the last question to one of you, because I already tried to explain my understanding of the presentation file.
I'd say, Zander, maybe you can precise your question further, because we tell a lot about the presentation file, so maybe you can give us more information, what you really want to know about it further.
Yeah, and somebody said, would it be useful to have pre-recorded videos? Yeah, why not? I mean, you're really open, but it's not an expectation that the selection committee will say, okay, this person included videos, so that's a good presentation, and somebody else didn't. So you're completely free, and it's really down to, is it coherent? Does it make sense from the first to the last slide? Does it explain to us why you want to learn more about these challenges? So really, if the more we talk about it, I feel the more confused you will get. If you have an idea of, this is what I could focus on, and it can be more than one challenge, of course, because there probably is more than one challenge in this topic, just feel free and put your individuality into the slides. You're very welcome to do that. So we don't want anything standardized or just very factual and, in a sense, boring. It should be interesting to look at and to find out, what you mean and what your challenges are.
Yeah, and there is no one right way. Last year we had many different presentations, and they were all good. Maybe make sure that there are no typos, so that the format, the layout, that everything is consistent. This is like some easy points you can get. So you can have also exactly 10 slides or less, just not more than 10 slides. And no video, so it must be a presentation file. So if you want to include a video on your presentation, that's fine, but only a video will not work.
And obviously, if you have any questions, after this session in a couple of weeks or something, when you sit down and want to put your documents together, feel free to drop us a line and just ask your questions, and we'll make sure we'll answer you straight away, so that you have enough time to put everything together for the 30th of October.
I had a quick question about the attendance. because you guys already mentioned that you have to be available for all classes, right? So if you miss one because, I don't know, of special occasions, like what is the procedure for that? Are you immediately dropped out of the course, or?
No, I think it's important that you let the lecturer know before you miss a class, and then depending on what the lecturer decides, you will probably find a solution. So the lecturers are very open and they are very understanding. So yeah, if you miss 2 full days, then you probably need to do some extra work, but they will always try to work in your best interest and find a solution together. So yeah, if you miss part of the lecture, there will be a solution, but it's very important that you let us and the lecturer know before you just miss a class.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And it probably shouldn't be a planned absence. So if you know now that on this weekend you're busy with something else, then don't choose the course that is being held on that weekend, please. Because it might be difficult to accommodate missing 2 whole days. And there was another question regarding costs regarding the application or participation. There's no cost to this program, so ENGAGE.EU will fund all the virtual courses and ideally also supply you with a scholarship so you can come to Mannheim. And there's no cost to apply. You just submit all your 3 documents and choose your 3 courses plus 1 replacement course, and that's it. Yeah, so that's quite beneficial.
I have one question about the certificate. Maybe it's on the website and I didn't see it yet. But what is exactly the name of the certificate that we will be acquiring?
I think, as we said it here, it's Joint Certificate Program in Digital Transformation, and you will get a certificate that states all your 3 courses, as well as the summer seminar. And on top of that, you will get 3 transcripts, 1 for each course. So in total, you will have 4 documents in the end.
Yeah, and they also state all the ECTS on them.
Okay, thank you.
If I could add quickly on that point regarding VU, because I guess that you're from VU as well.
Yes.
I managed to recognize all the 3 courses here at VU, but not the summer seminar because it's not graded. So for VU, you need to get a grade. And if it's a positive, obviously you can recognize it. So I got all the 3 courses recognized, yeah.
And did you get them recognized before you started the actual courses? Because I'm now on exchange and the pre-recognition system is quite tedious sometimes. So
when we got the certificate is when I got the confirmation that I finished courses. For example, also NHH sent the transcript per post. So I even got the printed form of my grades from NHH. And then I just sent them to VU, to this administration part that deals with the recognition of ECTS. And that's it. But it was after I finished the courses and after my grades were confirmed, because they need to see that you have a positive grade and you didn't fail the lecture, basically.
okay, thank you.
But what you could try to do is you could say, these are the 3 courses I would like to take, and those are the syllabi of those 3 courses, and you could approach your school to check with them if they would be accreditable or recognizable as alternatives to your VU classes. And they might say, yes, I can check that for you now. Or they might say, let's wait if you're selected and then I'll check it for you. Because depending on workload, sometimes colleagues might be not able to say there were maybe 20 people interested from VU to apply for the program. They might say checking 20 times 3 is too much work. Let's wait until you have the positive confirmation from us on 21st of November, and then we'll check it for you. So no guarantees there, because I don't know what workloads are like at the various universities.
And also I recognize them as free electives for the case, not as an alternative to one of my courses. So these were really free electives for me.
Yeah, that's easier. Any other questions?
Not, I will already stop the screen sharing.
One additional question. Regarding the study, do the professors provide any notes or syllabus, or is the examination based solely on the courses? We do have the syllabi on the website by now. One of the students or participants here told me that one syllabus is missing. So we will fix that until tomorrow evening, I think, and there you will find further information and details to each course. So also the examination form and everything.
I'm gonna stop the recording, I think.